How you doing, guys? Welcome to ZukaTube, and today I'm going to be reviewing a movie called They/Them. I guess that's how you're supposed to say it, or maybe they, them, or I don't know. I'm assuming, considering it's supposed to be a horror movie, it's They/Them. But either way, this just came out July 24th. I'm going to play the trailer, give you a little bit of a summary of this movie, because they don't really give you a summary when you look it up. So I'll kind of give you my own summary after we play this little trailer. I got a few clips to play, some things to talk about. I'll give you my review, and then we'll do some spoilers at the end. But let's get right into this trailer.
This is a safe space for everyone.
Oh, it's safe for everyone. The Whistler Camp. Oh yeah, this is also on Peacock. Spooky stuff. There's an extended trailer too, I think, by now, I believe. But they hint that things go down, basically, right? So they go to this camp, and it's like a gay conversion camp, right? And the movie starts out, and it shows a lady like listening to a horror audiobook, and then getting a flat tire, and then spooky wooky stuff ensues, and she dies, obviously. This all happens right outside of the Whistler camp, which we get introduced to. And all these kids get driven over by bus over to this camp to get their gay conversion therapy, right? They have Kevin Bacon as the camp leader, and he does a little introduction and tries to be a surprisingly friendly type of camp director or leader or whatever you'd want to call it.
I know that many of you are here only because your parents made you. And while
He knows.
their intentions may be honorable,
Well, they didn't
only
make
you
them.
can
They had
know what's best for
agreements,
you.
ultimatums and
Because
shit.
the
You know
idea
how
of this
that goes
place
with
is
family.
Not to come out more straight or less gay. Of course, we hope that through your time here, you will discover a gender-normative lifestyle.
The
that
second
is
one in there is
authentic for
Jordan,
you,
the main
but
character.
you must find your own truth.
You must find your own truth. All right, so basically this starts out, right? And it's an off-grid camp. They can't use any of their phones, computers, all that kind of stuff. They have to give all that up, right? And it's just a lot of intros of each kid, you know what I mean, reflecting and saying why they're there. And the main character, Jordan, is they, them. Oh, hence the hint of the film, right? But and doesn't know what side to go. What bunk? Is it the boys' camp or the girls' camp? You know, that whole typical nonsense, right? So basically everybody's getting settled in, starting to know each other, all that kind of stuff. They show a creepy janitor guy staring at the ladies, you know, a couple typical stuff. They show like one like tranny girl getting out early to go into showers, I guess, so the other girls don't know that like that's not a girl. You know what I mean? And then gets caught and then put into the dudes' bunks. And they like have all kinds of drama over it. And like at one point, I mean, this stuff goes on forever and ever and ever with like all the intro and reflection and everybody meeting each other and you're hearing about their identities and all that kind of stuff, right? And at one point it becomes like a musical. Like they're just singing and stuff. Like, look at this.
Chase down all my demons, I've seen you do the same. Oh, pretty, pretty, please, don't you ever
Like, really?
feel like your last.
Wow. Just fucking perfect, right? Okay, well, and that goes even further, and everybody just breaks out and dance and singing and but either way, that stuff goes on and on and on, and stuff gets a little creepy, or like the one character Jordan gets a little sus on some stuff, you know what I mean? But like, man, at one point, finally, like you see some stuff start to go down. But I'm talking, this is a very slow film. Like, there is, not a lot of depth to this film. It's very typical camp slasher film, but with a twist, right? The sound is not good. It's not a good horror like film soundtrack, and obviously it's just a couple pop songs thrown in there, poorly sang by people in the movie. It's not even worth going into like what the story would be about, because you know what it's about right in the start. I just told you, and that's it. Like, then they're just there, things are playing out, and then people start dying. But I'm going to tell you one thing, it takes forever to get into any kind of horror element of this movie. Okay, so I took a tab, and nothing happened for the first 48 minutes of this goddamn movie. 48 minutes. What the hell is going on? And then, right, like, after that, nothing happens again for nearly 30 more minutes. This is an extremely slow movie. Nothing is happening. All they want to do is drive home agenda, identity this, and identity that. And I just want to go ahead and say that this movie is so obviously typical. It's if you wanted to make a movie and just throw out the whole like we're Blumhouse horror films like thing and just be like, we really want to talk about this political view that we have and we want to drive it home to you and shove it down your throat, why don't you just make like a short film called like a bunch of random people talking about our identities? Really, like, that's all you wanted to do with this film. You didn't even want to give anyone a horror film at all whatsoever. I mean, it's just, it's so bad. They don't try at all. I don't know how someone like Kevin Bacon can agree to something like this, especially with his track record of films. You figure like that's the last thing he would do, but you see also in Hollywood how fucking extremely left-wing and brainwashed these people are, and how much they want to force and use their job as a platform to push their agenda or activism on every single normal person out there just living their life wanting to be entertained and kind of get out of this kind of bullshit. Man, with that being said, I'm going to give you my review. This is a 1 out of 10. This doesn't even need to be a film whatsoever. This was a waste of everybody's time. This was a waste of my time. The whole time I just kept checking how much time was left on the clock. That's how I got the timestamps to begin with, because nothing was happening in this film. And all they were doing was just being like, this is how I feel. This is how we feel in society. This is how, like, my type of alphabet community feels. And this is how my letter from the alphabet community feels. And this is how my letter feels. No one cares. Like, make a personal, like, social media post or something. Like, really? By the looks of it, it says IMDb like 3 point something, Rotten Tomatoes 33%. I mean, this thing didn't do well, clearly. And thankfully, at least it seems like critics even agree that this is garbage, because this is just a waste of everybody's time. With that being said, let's get into the spoiler section. Spoilers. I just don't even know why I'm doing spoilers for this film at all to begin with. It's garbage. But like at one point when you finally see people getting killed, you know what I mean, and shit's going down, you obviously know this person has insight to what's going on at the camp and who these people are. You see these creepy counselors having their weird, like, trying not to be gay sex, and then like they get killed. Like, check this out. Like, he's looking at pictures of the dudes while she was looking at pictures of the girl. Right. Okay. And, people start getting killed, blah, blah, blah. And immediately, like, within that few minutes of that happening, like, they already introduced the killer, because they kill everybody immediately as fast as they can, all the staff, basically. and they have a moment where basically Jordan's hiding. Kevin Bacon character, the leader, he comes in, Jordan's hiding, and basically the killer comes in and goes to deal the blows, and they have the standoff and the talking and the, I did this because of this, and this is how I felt, and I've been tortured, and blah, 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 blah. You know, but like this whole thing is just scattered throughout all the crisis with just like, here's a typical crisis in a movie like this, but let me insert my activism line here.
Together. We need to get them out of here. I'm gonna stay here with Toby and Stu.
Alexandra, are you up for this? They're scared and it's a long way to town.
Honey, please. I'm a black transgender woman. I could do it in heels.
My password 0131. As soon as you get in cell range, call.
What? Like, garbage. A heaping pile of garbage. And then finally, when everything is over, you get the whole motive and morality of this movie, which is like, yeah, like, whatever, I'm going to go to jail, but like, I'm just going to go ahead and kill this person. Like, it's just typical nonsense, but here we go.
You made me too. And this is my truth.
My truth.
Respect, renew, rejoice, revenge!
And there we go. At one point, they had a standoff before that where Jordan could have been like, nope, out. You know, I'm armed. Get out. We're not doing this. Everybody out. You know, and they could have held him at gunpoint and with a standoff, and everybody would have known what went down. Cops would have came. You know, or when, you know, she went to go attack him with a knife, you know, Jordan could have shot her or whatever. I don't know. This is just dumb. And obviously, like, this whole movie was just, let's waste our time and waste some money on throwing our agenda down your throat for a little bit. That's it. It's garbage. 1 out of 10. Don't recommend this stupid-ass movie to anybody. It's a piece of trash. With that being said, ZukaTube out.
Dropping lines like an assembly. I'm staying on point, it's my strategy. Feel like they tracking me. Yo, let me get on one. Nah, go get your tracks up. Homie, can I steal some? Homie, you can't stack up. My brother, can you shout me? You're barking up the wrong tree. My dog, why do you doubt me? Cause you can't do shit without me.
Real like the radio and never play it, but that's cool. The enemy's supposed to hate it.